Well, great morning, everyone. This is Coach Denise. If you're new to my page or my channel, I am, every morning I get up and I have to go and inspect and just see what's happening in the garden. And so I have a person that's joined me today, Mr. Simpson.
Hello.
So I'm glad to have him in the garden. So, babe, tell me what you think about the garden.
Amazing. I didn't expect to see it like it is now. I always wondered what it would look like with gardening, and everything is turning out beautifully. Everything is growing. The harvest is plentiful. I'm excited about it for her, and because my wife loves doing this, and
Wait, so you don't like doing it? I thought you liked doing it.
of course I do. I just
Okay,
enjoy.
just checking.
I enjoy the fruits of my label because when she wanted to build this big containment, I did that for her, and I wanted to see her happy and doing what she loves to do, and that is gardening. And so I'm just amazed how it's turning out. All the vegetables, and I'm just thrilled to see it grow like it does, like it has so far. And I look around, and it's just amazing. I'm enjoying it, and it's a pleasure to just be out here and just viewing it with all the different varieties of vegetables growing.
Yeah, it's going pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Just amazing to see it. It's beautiful, and the harvest has been plentiful so far. And I'm just thrilled about what she's done with the area, with the gardening.
Is that really your phone?
Yes, it's my phone.
Pause, guys.
With all.
Well, it looks like I'm left to finish the post by myself. That phone call was to take care of something that's very needed. We came home last night and, man, the well stopped pumping water. You know, when you live out in a rural area, we're in well and septic tank. And I'm going to tell you, when the water's not pumping, ain't nobody happy because there's no water in the house. So that's a plumber that's coming to try to see what's going on with this well. And Lord, please let it be something very simple. But this is some of the things that happens when you, like I say, when you live in a rural area. We have well and septic tanks, so we had to make sure both of them running. And it actually is a little cheaper than having the city sewer and water. So, but anyway, so back to the garden. I just, I'm appreciative for how things are growing. I love just being in the garden. It is, you hear the birds chirping? It's just so peaceful. And, I have a lot of talks with God when I'm walking through the garden, and I'm listening and also and talking and thinking and seeing. And, sometimes God gives me revelation time sometimes. And one of the revelations he gave me was when it comes down to a seed. I know we plant seeds, whether it be good works or money or whatever that is. And we look for a harvest within the next 30 days or 6 weeks or whatever. But do you know when you're a gardener, you have to be patient? I plant seeds all the time, and I look after a week and I still don't see any germination. Some seeds take longer to germinate before you even see it. So it might be even 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks before it comes out of the ground, before you see anything. And then after you see it, it's something real small. And now you got to wait for it to grow. And it takes time for it to grow. So this is why some things that I plant may take 30, 60, 90 days, or longer. And even some of the trees, like I have fruit trees on the property, and some I know won't harvest this year. It takes time for them to grow. They have to mature. So one of the things I would say is that it's being a gardener, it's making me be more patient. It's teaching me patience, that when you plant a seed, don't look for the harvest right away. No, it takes time. Just the same way the Bible talks about there's God gives seed to the sower. And then that, a farmer just doesn't go out and just sow one seed. They sow lots of seeds because they're expecting a huge harvest. And so just, being able to experience this and see that you know, gardening is, like I said, I talk to God a lot, and I hear God talking to me. And especially when I see season, I'm like, I don't see anything. What in the world is it coming up? You know, did something eat it? You know, and then it made me think about, man, I wonder, you know, how many times have I sown and I didn't get a harvest, or you know, sometimes you can uproot some things before you see something growing, and that's not good. So patience is definitely a fruit of the spirit, and so uh, it's just, yeah, you guys get the point. But this is probably why I like gardening. I remember looking at a documentary. I think it's called Back to Eden. And just to hear that guy talk about God and how when he first started his garden and how he was doing a lot of tilling and, you know, he had weeds, whatever. And he said that he told God, he said, you know what is going on? Why does this taking so long? He said, and God showed him, he said, look over there in the forest or where those trees were. He said, go check it out. He went and checked it out and saw how the soil was nice and you know, moist and so forth. And then he realized it's because it had covering on it. And so things like to be covered. This is why when you just have dirt, after a while there will be weeds grow up, because things like to be covered. When we look at how you know, today's farmers, you know, not all of them, but you know, those commercial farmers where they're using the chemicals and so forth, they're actually, you know, depleting the soil of nutrients, and before you know it, it's the ground is sterile. I mean, nothing will really grow there, you know, until years, you know, pass. And so we have to be, you know, good stewards of everything that God's entrusted unto us. And so I'm learning just from his looking at his documentary that this is why I have wood chips in a lot of places, because I wanted to keep the moisture in the soil, because I don't want to work that hard. You know, I don't mind working. I like working. I like what I do, and I like the results of it. But if I can find ways to do it more how God wants it, man, hey, more power to it. So. But anyway, hopefully I don't know if that helped somebody, but hopefully it did. But this is Coach Denise with Prolific Gardening. I just remember when I first started out, I am a holistic health and wellness coach, certified through American Association for Drugless Practitioners. And so I've been doing this for over 10 years, you know, and I'll have starts and I'll stops. It's like I started back, you know, and going more big with it. You know, I do have another company that's a financial services, still doing that as well. But I'm also doing this because, you know, I just realized I don't have to just stick to just one thing when there's other things that I want to do as well. So gardening is something I love. I want to be responsible for my food, knowing how it's grown, making sure there's not a whole lot of pesticides, and make sure it's not fake fruit or fake food. So when you grow it yourself, you get to see, you know, what goes into it. You know, you get to see the insects, you see the whole thing. Okay. But it feels so good when you do harvest. Like today, I did harvest some tomatoes. You know, yesterday I harvested mojito mint. And, you know, there's things that every day, and I'll look and I'll see, like right now I'm looking at the corn. That corn is going to be ready to harvest very soon. And so it's just, it's so serene. Now it is getting hot out here, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off because that sun is I'm already tanned and sweating. So you see what's going on. At some point I am going to get a big umbrella to kind of put over this sitting area, so when I'm out here viewing everything, then I can have shade, you know. But I will kind of show you some of the things that I talked about today, the corn and some of the seedlings and what it looks like when it first grows and you hardly see anything. These are tomato plants that I'm growing. They're finally coming out of the ground. This is also lettuce. Now this is lettuce that I'm growing. You see how it's tiny. Okay, over here is where I have beets. So you can see that the leaves are coming up. The leaves are come up, and then worms attacked it, and so I cut them off, and so now they're growing back. Now, you kind of look right here, it looks like you don't hardly see anything. You see a little bit of green, but this is some lettuce that I'm growing. See how it's very tiny? It's gonna be purple. This is like, when you see the purple that's in your mixed lettuce, that's what this is. And so it took about 2 weeks before I could see anything. And so there's something I've planted in this row, but there's nothing there. Nothing there. So here's this row, I see something. This row, I finally see this one little thing, but that's it. There's something in the back there too. This row, I see nothing. That's a weed. This row, see, this is what I mean when I say tiny, tiny, tiny. And you gotta be patient and you gotta wait, because this will produce a harvest, but not overnight. Okay, here are more tomatoes. These are my tomatillos, and I have purple and I also have green. So you see how tiny they are? I gotta wait. I have to wait until these little seedlings turn into something like this. Okay, you get my point? This is tomato plants. This is what size they're going to be. But this is what size they are right now. Jeez, patience, it is a virtue. Okay, so over here is where I have planted cabbage and collards. So you see a lot of nothing, 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 and then finally you see something. Again, my point over here, I think this is where I put the collards. Oh, I finally see one little thing there. Oh, but I don't see much of anything else. But anyway, hey, it's on the lookout. Over here, I planted flowers from seeds and waiting for them to grow more. Over here, same thing, just flowers, you know, just to have flowers in the garden. Over here is where I planted broccoli. So I will have I'll have broccoli over here. I'm pretty sure once they get bigger, I will have to, you know, separate them out. But I just put them all in one thing because they were all seeds, and this is broccoli as well. So like I said, a whole lot of nothing, then all of a sudden something appears. Well, thanks for watching, guys. You know, this is what I love doing this. I hope this is beneficial, and I hope you guys are encouraged, you know, as I, you know, kind of share my journey of gardening. And I call it prolific because I've been speaking abundance over this garden, that this garden will produce something even more imaginable than I could imagine, even greater than I could imagine. So I'm looking for God's to continue to show me what I should do next, and how I can even turn it into a profit, something for business, because I have some moringa trees over here, and I'm like, you know what, I had the idea. I said, man, a lot of people don't like to grow stuff from seeds, but I don't mind. I don't mind waiting. And some seeds I plant, sometimes they don't come up, you know, for whatever reason. It wasn't warm enough, or there's not too moist, or not enough water, you know. So I'm learning on this journey of gardening. So I would say to you, find what it is that's your niche. Slow down. Life is going too fast for too many people, and we're in this hustle and bustle. And there's something just magical. Well, not magical. You see, there's something beautiful. Yes, there is something beautiful when you just stop, pause, and listen, and let God speak to your heart. Okay, so guys, have an amazing day, and remember to like, share, and comment. You know, let me know what your thoughts are, what you see. If you have questions, definitely leave your questions. I'd be happy to answer them best I can. But do share me with a friend. There's some people that need to hear and see what it is that I'm doing so that they can get to their next. Okay, again, this is Coach Denise with Prolific Gardening, and also My Life Healthy. Okay, and I'm challenging you to live life, be happy, and also be healthy. Bye. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful or entertaining, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to see more content like this, Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Got questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
MyLifeHealthy.com with Coach Denise.